The night embraced the quiet town, its streets devoid of life. I decided to take a shortcut through an old cemetery, thinking nothing of the uneasy feeling settling in my stomach. The moon cast an eerie glow on the weathered tombstones as I walked briskly along the winding path. The crunch of gravel underfoot echoed through the stillness, and a chill danced down my spine. Shadows played tricks on my perception, and I caught glimpses of fleeting figures out of the corner of my eye. A sudden gust of wind whispered through the trees, carrying with it the distant sound of hushed voices. I froze, straining to discern the source. The voices grew clearer, whispers of the departed, weaving tales of long-forgotten sorrow. I shook my head, convinced it was my imagination playing tricks. I quickened my pace, attempting to escape the spectral symphony. The graveyard seemed to stretch endlessly, the moon's glow now feeble, barely illuminating the path ahead. I stumbled upon a dilapidated chapel, its weathered facade staring back at me like a spectral face frozen in time. The heavy wooden door groaned as I pushed it open, revealing an otherworldly interior. Dim candlelight flickered, casting dancing shadows on the decaying walls. Rows of pews stood like silent sentinels in the ghostly sanctuary. As I explored further, the temperature plummeted. A spectral figure materialized before me, a grieving soul seeking solace. Hollow eyes stared into mine, and a silent plea echoed in the air. Fear gripped me as I realized the chapel was a haven for the lingering spirits of the departed. Desperation urged me to flee, but the door slammed shut, trapping me in the ethereal chamber. Whispers intensified, forming an anguished chorus that reverberated through the haunted space. Shadows danced, taking shape as tormented souls seeking release. A ghostly hand brushed against mine, sending a shockwave of terror through my veins. The air thickened with sorrow, and I felt the weight of the departed pressing down on me. The once silent chapel echoed with the wails of the trapped spirits, their anguish palpable. In the flickering candlelight, I glimpsed my escape, an ancient book adorned with cryptic symbols. With trembling hands, I deciphered an incantation to appease the tormented souls. The air crackled with energy as the ritual unfolded, and the chapel's oppressive atmosphere lifted. The door creaked open, and I stumbled into the moonlit night, leaving the haunted graveyard behind. The whispers faded, and the spectral figures vanished into the shadows. As I caught my breath, I realized the boundary between the living and the dead had blurred, and the horrors of that night lingered, etched into the very fabric of the town's history.